for today. So again, continuation of laws of motion. Okay, yeah. So here is the first question on the screen. Okay, I'll just read out the question for you. Masses m, small m, and capital M on a pulley move 0.6 meters in 4 seconds. So they have given you a pulley system with two masses and they are moving by a distance of 0.6 meters in a time duration of 4 seconds. Sharingla. So what is the ratio of the masses, that is small m is to capital M? Okay, you can assume acceleration due to gravity as 10 meters per second square. Okay, so the ratio is what we will have to find out. Okay, so this is the question. Now I want you guys to just try it. Go to brainstorm pannunga. Try to brainstorm and tell me what can be the suitable, relation that you can get to solve or to approach this question. So என்ன கொடுத்திருக்காங்க நம்ம questionல? They have given us two important parameters. That is, one is 0.6 meters and அதுக்கப்புறம் 4 seconds கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. So what is the given data or the physical quantities given data? Okay, velocity எங்க கொடுத்திருக்காங்க? 0.6 meters is not velocity, no?
It is distance. Correct. And time are given.
Exactly, they have given you distance, or you can say displacement to be more precise, and time they have given. So இது ரெண்டுமே வந்து is been mentioned in the question. So based on this data, now we will have to solve the question. You will have to think formula would be a perfect fit based on the given data. Okay, you have to see. So displacement ku vandu nama relationship use pannalam. We are having three kinematic equations. Illati nama equations of motion which we have learned in the first. So what is that equation of motion that relates displacement or that relates distance traveled? Yes, which is the equation of motion that relates displacement or distance traveled? Displacement time relation.
S is equal to ut plus at.
Correct. S is equal to ut plus half at square. This is a relationship. Okay. Now obviously if the pulley is being first when the pulley would be at rest, once you leave, okay, so that initial velocity component would be 0. Would be 0 initially, 0 meters per second. Only from when you release the block start, isn't it? So you substitute u equal to 0, this x of at square okay can relate acceleration, fine, because நமக்கு displacement தெரியும், அதுக்கு அப்புறம் questionல இருந்து s and time from our question, and we will find out what at least the ratio of acceleration. Okay, value once you substitute, we have s seconds. Now go and substitute it here. What is the value of a that you get? Just go for a simple rearrangement. A is equal to 2s upon t squared, 2 into 0.6 upon 4 4s are 16. So how much do you get? Yes, 6 by 80, which can be further simplified as 3 upon 40. Are you all getting it? Acceleration is 3 by 40. Okay, so I hope till here it's clear to everybody. Once you get a is equal to 3 by 40, now we can find out what is the ratio of masses. How do we find out the ratio of masses? If a pulley abdin solitanga questionly they have told that it is a pulley, it is an outward machine. So the acceleration equation for the pulley needs to be used. Okay, formula for acceleration of a pulley. Okay, I'm writing it here. Acceleration of blocks over a pulley is given by the formula. Anybody knows? A is equal to,
M2 minus M1 by
yes,
M1 plus
yes.
M2
இங்க
by.
வந்து capital M, because capital M is having a higher mass அப்படிங்கிறதுனால capital M minus small m divided by capital M plus small m the whole into G. இதுதான் relationship. Okay, so இங்க substitute பண்ணுங்க, simplify பண்ணி you have to find out what is the ratio of small m is to capital M. Okay, so do it and tell me what you're getting. Substitute பண்ணுங்க, என்கிட்ட நமக்கிட்ட எல்லா வேல்யூஸுமே இருக்கு. You can take G as 10 and you can start simplifying this. So what will happen if you do it? So simplify it. So என்ன ரேஷியோ வருதுன்னு சொல்லுங்க. ரீஅரேஞ்ச் பண்ணுங்க, லைக் டேர்ம்ஸ் எல்லாம் கிளப் பண்ணுங்க, சிம்பிளிஃபை பண்ணுங்க. அதுக்கப்புறம் ஸ்மால் m by capital M ரேஷியோ ஃபைண்ட் அவுட் பண்ணுங்க. ஈக்குவேஷனை நீங்க எக்ஸ்பேண்ட் பண்ணி ரீஅரேஞ்ச் பண்ணீங்க அப்படின்னா you will be getting 3m 3 times capital M plus 3 times small m is equal to 400 capital M minus 400 small m. இப்படி வரும்.
சார் அப்படி பண்ணா வந்து 397 கேபிட்டல் எம் ஈக்குவல் டு 397 ஸ்மால் எம்னு வருது சார்.
397 கரெக்ட் தான். capital M is equal to 403 small m வருமே.
எஸ் சார், எஸ் சார்.
403 இல்ல, you will not get again 397, 403 வரும். கரெக்டா செக் பண்ணுங்க.
சார்
Okay, yes. So what is small m by capital M then? 397 upon 403, isn't it? This is what you will get as the ratio once you simplify it. I hope it is clear. This is how we have to approach this question. Okay, is it clear everybody? So solve பண்ணீங்க அப்படின்னா உங்களுக்கு இந்த ரிலேஷன் கிடைக்கும். You will have to be quick in solving because this is basic arithmetic தான். So I don't think anything is complicated here. So you rearrange, simply cross multiply, and then find out the ratio. Okay, I hope it's clear. Shall we move on to the next question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here comes the next question. The ratio of weight of a man in a stationary lift and in a lift accelerating downwards with uniform acceleration A is 3:2. Then the acceleration of the lift is. So you must find out what would be the acceleration of the lift. Okay, so that is the question. So what is the weight of the man in a stationary lift? Or stationary lift இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா what was going to be the weight of the man in that lift that is at rest or that is stationary?
MD, sir.
So weight of man in a stationary lift. So that is W is equal to M into G. Direct relation. But what will be the weight of the man in a lift that is accelerating downwards? கீழே போற lift, if you are going to consider, now what the weight is pretty different. Okay, so in that case, what would be the acceleration?
G, sir.
No. Weight of a man in a lift moving downwards. Moving downwards with acceleration. A is equal to m times g minus a. That is a relation. That's a formula that we learn. Also be written as I can't find up if you got to multiply it inside. Isn't it? This is what you get. Okay. So as per the question, அவங்க என்ன கேக்குறாங்க ratio கேக்குறாங்க. Ratio of what? First case is second case. அவ்வளவுதான். So, mg upon
ரேஷியோ
yeah
கொடுத்துட்டாங்க சார்.
mg minus ma. So ratio substitute பண்ணுங்க. So don't you think you can find out the acceleration because the ratio is given as you said, isn't it? 3/2 substitute பண்ணுங்க. They have given you the ratio in the question. Acceleration கேட்டிருக்காங்க. So what is a if you go for a simplification? Cross multiply பண்ணுங்க. g equal to 3mg minus 3ma. So you will get 3ma is equal to 3mg minus 2mg is mg, right? So ரெண்டு பக்கமும் நம்ம mass cancel பண்ணிக்கலாம். So a is equal to g by 3. I hope it's clear. You can find out acceleration as g upon 3. That is the relation. Okay, so the option is option A. Fine. So that's how you do this. Is it clear? Previous question when the option was, I think we didn't take the option, it was option D. Okay, this question is option A. Is it clear, children?
Yes,
So
sir.
they are by using the ratio we can find out the acceleration. அவ்வளவுதான். Ratio relate பண்றோம். Rearrange பண்ணி நம்ம acceleration find out பண்றோம். அவ்வளவுதான். That's it. That's how you do this question. Okay. So positively we'll go to the next question. Here comes the next question. Yeah, can one of you just read the question for me?
Horizontal surface. The coefficient of friction between the mass and the surface is mu. If the object is pulled with a force alpha making an angle 30 degree with the horizontal plane, then limiting friction between mass and the surface will be.
Yes. Force alpha ன்னு கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. நம்ம அதை f ன்னு வச்சுக்கலாம். ஏன்னா options are not in terms of alpha. I'm just correcting it. Okay, we'll keep it as f, capital F ன்னு வச்சுக்கலாம். சரி. இப்போ இந்த கொஸ்டினுக்கு வந்து you will have to now based on the question நம்ம வந்து இதை illustrate பண்ணணும். Okay, so we will have to diagrammatically represent the given question. So that is necessary here. So ஒரு object இருக்கு. The object of mass m rests on a surface and you say object is resting on surface or box வச்சுக்கலாம். This is the object. We have the coefficient between the mass and the surface is mu. So the mass of this object is m. Center of mass வந்து இங்க இருக்குன்னா object obviously you know that it is got vertically downwards. Free body number m into g vertically downwards. அதுக்கப்புறம் you have reaction component or normal that acts vertically upwards. Okay, reaction force ன்னு சொல்லுவோம். Okay, so that is also there. they are saying there is a coefficient of friction between the surface and the mass is mu. Okay, so that is mu. So frictional force is an opposing force. Force F making an angle 30 with the horizontal. Now, what do you mean by this statement? So, an object is pulled with a force F making an angle 30. 30 where? With the horizontal abdingradnala. So you have a force that is angular here. This is force F. Horizontal is this dotted line that I have drawn. So this is angle theta, and theta is equal to 30. So if force and block is pulled like this, so where will the force? It will act like this. So small, small left particular. We also want to resolve. So what will be the vertical horizontal component of the force F? F cos 30 degrees, isn't it? Horizontal component. Vertical component F, F sine 30.
30 degree.
So vertical component F sine 30. So இதெல்லாம் நம்ம resolution factorsல ஏற்கனவே படிச்சிருக்கோம். So we have resolved it into components. Before we are going to solve the question and find out what is the value of the frictional force or limiting friction. Okay. Start writing the equation now for this. First, in the vertical plane, what is the equations in the vertical plane and what appropriately start in the relationship? Now, vertical plane layer we can write it is. Then you can see the force F. So, in the vertical, the force is acting. What is acting upward? F 30 degrees. Plus sign convention. Okay. Plus R. Then what else you have? Also have weight the object acting vertical downwards. So what is the so yeah, na, it is okay. You have taken so you don't have any other force is equal to m into a mass of block 1 m. Is there any in the vertical plane? Is there going to be Sadhanala 0?
No,
M into A where A is 0. So now you can find out what is the reaction force or the reaction component. Okay. So R is equal to mg minus f sine theta, sine 30. Sine 30 is half. So f by 2 neladikla. So you will get R is equal to mg minus f by 2. So we got reaction force. Now coefficient of friction, limiting friction formula. What is the formula for limiting friction? It is given by F is equal to mu into R. Mu n அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். இங்க n க்கு பதிலா நம்ம R ன்னு எடுத்துருக்கோம் reaction force இல்லையா? So mu into R. Substitute the values. Mu into what is the value of R? It is mg minus F by 2. That's it. So that is the force of friction. அவ்வளவுதான். So which is the option? Based on the answer that we got, mu times mg minus f by 2. So option C is the correct answer. சரிங்களா? So this is how we solve it step by step. Fine. That's how we do this question. I hope this question is clear. You want me to explain it again? Any doubts in this question?
சார் ஆரும் எண்ணும் ஒண்ணுதான்.
ஆமாம், ஆரும் எண்ணும் ரெண்டுமே ஒன்று தான். ரியாக்ஷன் ஃபோர்ஸாக இருக்கட்டும், நார்மல் ரியாக்ஷனாக இருக்கட்டும், ரெண்டுமே ஒன்று தான். இட் இஸ் போத் ஒன் அண்ட் த சேம். ஓகே, yeah, I hope it's clear. Shall we proceed further?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. So moving on to the next question, fourth question. So I need to write that. So I will give you the fourth question. Okay, here comes a question. A monkey of mass 40 kgs wants to climb a rope hanging vertically. The rope can withstand a maximum tension of 500 newtons. What is the maximum acceleration with which the monkey can climb the rope? Okay, and assume or take g as 10 meters per second square. So this is a question. I'm giving you the options. Option A, 1.5 meters per second square. Option B, 3 meters per second square. Option C, 2.5 meters per second square. And option D, 2.5 meters per second square. Yeah, these are the options. Okay, so this is a question. A monkey is having a mass of 40 kilograms, which wants to climb a rope that is hanging vertically, and rope can withstand a maximum tension. That the maximum force that the rope can withstand is 500. What is the maximum acceleration with which the monkey can climb the rope? So you will have to find out the maximum acceleration of the monkey.
Sir, 2.5 ms power minus 2.
2.5?
2.5 meter per square.
2.5 meters per square. Okay, what did you do?
Sir, T equal to m of g plus a formula.
Okay, T is equal to m of
G plus a.
okay, G plus A. Okay, you use the formula. Okay, fine. So inge when the tension, okay, we have the relation for tension. Mass of the monkey is also given. Correct, good. Okay, so we make use of this. Yeah, now it is climbing upwards. Okay, direct application. So you make use of the relation and then you find out, because the monkey can be considered as an object that is accelerating upward, So therefore, you can use this relationship. Yes. So the substitute பண்ணி simplify பண்ணீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு 2.5 I think you will get. This the option C is 2. One of them is 2, the other is 2.5. So this I'll make it 2. Okay, so now in this case answer would be option D. Good. Sherry, this was an easy one. Let's go to a tougher one. Here comes the next question. I hope that was quite simple. So moving on to the next one. Okay. In the figure, next question, in the figure shown, the tension in the horizontal cord is 30 newtons. The tension in the horizontal cord is 30 newtons. Find the weight of the body B. You need to find the weight of the body B. I'll give you options. Before that, I'll give you the figure also. This is the figure. So C2 means cord 2 and C1 means cord 1. So there are two cords. Cord 2 one is making cord na, it's nothing but rope. Okay. So the second cord C2 is making an angle of 45 at the vertical, wherein C1 cord is at the bottom, to which an object B is being suspended. And the round object which is highlighted in pink, that is object B. Okay, so the question here is find the weight of object B. So அதுதான் நம்ம கண்டுபிடிக்கணும். I'm giving you the options. Option A 10 newtons, option B 20 newtons, option C 30 newtons, and option D 40 newtons. Okay, these are the options. So என்ன பண்ணலாம் இதுக்கு? What can we do to solve this question?
வெயிட் வந்து நியூட்டன்ல இருக்குமா சார்?
ஆமா, weight வந்து நியூட்டன்ல இருக்கும். Weight is a vector quantity and it is going to be in newtons. It's mass times gravity, yeah. So it's newtons. So try பண்ணுங்க. Just I'll give you some time to think and then I'll tell you how it needs to be done. Yes. Were you able to find out?
No, sir.
No? Okay, fine. No worries. ஸோ இந்த கொஷனில் வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நீங்கள் ஃப்ரீ பாடி டயக்ராம் அப்படிங்கிறது வரையணும். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் யூ வில் ஹேவ் டு ட்ரா த ஃப்ரீ பாடி டயக்ராம். தட் இஸ் த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டெப் டு அப்ரோச் சச் கொஷன்ஸ். ஓகே, ஸோ ஐ ஹோப் யூ கைஸ் நோ வாட் இஸ் அ ஃப்ரீ பாடி டயக்ராம். ஸோ இங்கே வந்து the center is this part. With respect to the center, there are three different forces that are acting. ஸோ ஒன்று வந்து அவங்க ஏற்கனவே கொஷனில் கொடுத்துட்டாங்க, 30 நியூட்டன்ஸ் டு த ரைட். அது கொஷனில் கொடுத்தாச்சு. Apart from this force 30 newtons, they are mentioning two chords, namely C1 and C2. So C2, you can see it is kind of diagonally inclined to the left. Okay, so other one we can represent using a tension component. So I can say call it by some tension, so I will call it as T2. Same way, downwards you can see that there is a another chord. So obviously that is also going to have tensions which are going to act both upward and downward. So let me call that tension as T1. Okay, and after that you have another bob or an object B. So obviously there is going to be a force of gravity, I mean weight, that is going to act downwards, which is mass influenced by gravity. So அது வந்து நம்ம W அப்படின்னு போட்டுக்கலாம். ஓகே, அந்த வெயிட் தான் நம்ம வந்து கண்டுபிடிக்கணும் இந்த கொஸ்டின்ல. And show the angle also. So to the vertical we know that T2 is making an angle of 45 degrees. Okay, so now you start resolving T2. T2 வந்து நம்ம resolve பண்ணலாம். So T2 can be resolved both in the horizontal and in the vertical plane. What are the components of T2 in the horizontal plane and in the vertical plane? Vertical plane le, as it's making an angle of 45, it will be T2 cos 45, and the horizontal plane towards the left, it will be T2 cos of 90 minus theta, which is 90 minus 45, which is sin 45. So I can write it as T2 sin 45. Is this clear? First you write this. Okay, once you have written all this, now resolving tension T2 in terms of vertical and horizontal components is done. Now we will go and write the expressions. Yes, சொல்லுங்க.
சார் ஹரிசாண்டல்ல தானே சார் காஸ், வெர்டிகல்ல தானே சார் சைன் வரணும்.
வெர்டிக்கல்ல சைன் வரணும், அது வந்து நம்ம ஆல்வேஸ் எப்பவுமே அது ட்ரூவா இருக்கணும்னு அவசியம் கிடையாது. தட் டிபெண்ட்ஸ் ஆன் த சிச்சுவேஷன் வேர் ஆங்கிள் தீட்டா இஸ் இன்க்ளைன். இப்போ இதுதான் நீங்க சொல்றீங்க, when I have a vector r, ஸோ r இங்க தீட்டா இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா நம்ம இதை வந்து r cos தீட்டா அப்படின்னு போடுவோம். வெர்டிக்கல் காம்பனன்ட் வந்து r sin theta. This is what you mean, right? But
Yes, sir.
You see where theta is inclined. Theta is inclined here. ஆனா இங்க your theta is inclined here இல்லையா? Are you getting the point?
Yes, sir.
So you have to see where angle is inclined. Wherever the angle is inclined, that corresponding component is always cos component, and the other component becomes automatically
Okay,
sin. Okay? Yes. Yeah, understood. Fine. So once you have done this, நம்ம எல்லா ஃபோர்ஸுமே நம்ம ரெப்ரசன்ட் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம், now we would go and write the expression. Okay, in equilibrium we are going to write the expression. So under equilibrium conditions or in equilibrium, we can say now we will write the expressions one by one. Okay, so say first in the vertical, in the horizontal plane. First in horizontal plane பார்க்கலாம். What is the expression in the horizontal plane? Can somebody try? So in the horizontal plane, what do we have? We're having forces. What are the forces in the horizontal plane? 30 newtons to the right, isn't it? So that is positive. So 30 minus T2 sin 45 equals to 0. There is no acceleration. So you will get T2 is equal to, what is T2 then? 30 upon sin 45. Correct? Rearrange panninga appadina. Which implies T2 is equal to sine 45 is nothing but 1 upon root 2. So what do you get? You get T2 as 30 root 2. This is the value of T2. Once you have found out T2, now you can write down the expression for T1. So start writing the expression for T1 also. Now you can write in the vertical plane expression. So vertical plane la namakku enna varum expression mele T2 cos 45 irukku, isn't it? And at the bottom also you have the components. Okay, so in the vertical plane we will write, you can get T2 cos 45 degrees equal to T1. Okay, simple. So that is what we have in the vertical plane. So what is T1 then? Simple, substitute the values. T1 is T2 cos 45. So T2 is
Sir,
30 root 2.
vertical,
Yes, சொல்லுங்க.
sir, vertical weightum act ஆகுதுல்ல sir?
ஆமா, and the weight வந்து it is with respect to the ball இல்ல, that B part. We have to do it part by part. First வந்து மேல இருக்கக்கூடிய string, அதுக்கப்புறம் கீழே weight ஓட relation வரும். Okay,
Okay sir.
yeah. So T1 வந்து நமக்கு 30 newtons நம்ம கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டோம். Once you have found out T1, now you will go to the B part. Okay, so the equation for the object B. Now you will write object B வந்து நீங்க சென்டரா வச்சு எழுதுறீங்க அப்படின்னா you can see T1 acting vertically upwards and weight acting vertically downwards. Okay, simple. So now you can write the expression for that. So what happens if you're going to write the expression? Weight is equal to, you can see that from the object B, T1 is acting upwards, weight is acting downwards. So T1 you can say directly equals to weight. அவ்வளவுதான். We need not calculate also. So weight is also equal to 30 newtons. Okay, so the answer is W equal to 30. The weight is equal to 30. So which is the option? You can see that we have the option C as correct. Okay, C is the correct option. So this is how you approach this question. Fine. So step by step you go for an approach. So equations, first you frame the equation. Before that, drawing the free body diagram is very important. To understand the given situation, the diagram, draw the free body diagram, and then apply the equations in both horizontal and vertical plane, and then finally you get the answer. This is the approach to solve these types of questions. Okay, I hope it's clear. Shall we proceed further? Yeah. யாருக்காச்சும் டவுட் இருந்தா கேட்கலாம். Okay, so this is how you solve the question. Yeah, so I'll go to the next one without any further delay. So this is 5th. Okay, next will be question number 6. Okay, next question. An object of mass 6 kilograms hangs from another 10 kg object as shown. The combination is pulled the combination is pulled up by a string with an acceleration of 2 meters per second square. Okay. The tension T1 is, that's what you should find. Now you can take G here also as 10 meters per second square. So you have to find out what is tension T1. I'll give you the options and then give you the figure eventually. A 240 newtons, B is 150 newtons, C is 220, and D is 192. And here comes the figure. First 10 kg block irukku. And this is T1 on the top. This is connected to another block, 6 kg block, and there is T2 also acting. So here T2 acts. This is the figure. Okay. So now we have to find out what is T1. So free body diagrams for the blocks needs to be drawn. So first block of the free body diagram when they draw panano. So draw it and get the relation. Adhe mari second block draw panni you can get the expression. So the system itself is being pulled up. That is what they mean to say in the question. The entire system of 10 and 6 kg together is being pulled up with an acceleration of 2 meters per second. Yes. So can you tell me what will be the free body diagram? So I hope, are you guys able to solve it? Just try it. Try பண்ணுங்க. Yes. So if you're able to get it, Sundaresh, what about you? Free body diagram draw பண்ணீங்களா for 6 kg and for 10 kg block?
Sir,
Yes. Are you able to get some relation?
sir, on free body diagram, what is the gravitation, sir?
1 meter per second square. 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 1 me
சார்.
Free body diagram.
Sir, the downward force acting is M1G plus M2, sir.
Hmm. The downward force that is acting for which one? For 10 kg or for 6 kg?
Sir, அது செப்பரேட்டா ஆக்ட் ஆகுமா சார்?
ஆமா, செப்பரேட்டா 6 kg செப்பரேட்டா வரையணும். அதே மாதிரி ஃப்ரீ பாடி டயக்ராம் 10 kgக்கும் செப்பரேட்டா வரையணும். ஸோ வரைஞ்சிங்க அப்படின்னா யூ வில் கெட் த ரிலேஷன். Okay, I think you're not getting any idea. I'll show you this how it needs to be done. So first வந்து ஒவ்வொரு பிளாக்கா பார்க்கலாம். Okay, so first we'll take 6 kg block. கீழே இருந்து போலாம். Let me draw it here. So if I'm going to draw the 6 kg block, now let us see. ஏன்னா இந்த சிஸ்டத்தை வந்து we are going to pull up with an acceleration. So obviously there is an acceleration. The combination is pulled up by a string with an acceleration of 2 meters per second square. So அந்த A அப்படிங்கிறது இங்க 2 meters per second square தான். So 6 kg block மேல there is a rope whose tension is, as you can already see it, it is T2. So T2 is acting upwards. சரிங்களா? Obviously a block of how much is that going to be? mg 6 kg கொடுத்துட்டாங்க. So that will be obviously be so 60 you will see. Okay, so this once you need to first you should draw this. Now right way, that is one right for this. What will be what they meant there? With the equation minus 6g, NR2 is acting vertically upwards. It is acting on the minus sign. So what is T2 is equal to 6 2s are 12. 60. How much is that? Yeah, some other tension we will I have applied for block of 6 kg. Now I am going to the block of 10 kg. So for block of, this is block. Now with respect to 10 kg block, again what are the forces that are acting? Very important. 10 kg is above 6 kg, and you can see upward to 10 kg there is a force of T1 acting. Downward to 10 kg there are two that are acting. One force is obviously the which is 10 into 10, that is 100 force. There is T2 also. Yeah, there is one more rope also that is it. So T2 is also acting. Because it acceleration is also acting upwards. So these are all the acting upward and the tension forces and the weight component. Ellame you have to show. Once you have shown everything, start writing the X equation. What is this? T1 acting vertically upward, so plus T1 minus 100 is equal to A. This is the expression. Everything. For a rearrangement, and try to find out what is T1. That's it. So T writing the values. So A is 2. So 10 twos are 20 plus 100 plus 72. What are you getting? Are you all getting 192?
Yes, sir.
That's it. So tension T1 is 192 newtons. This is how you approach this question. So over block individually you will have to apply and you will have to find out the expression. Okay, so we found out 192. Tension T1 is 192. So answer is option D. Okay, this is the approach to solve this question. I hope it's clear. This question.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Next question, Paula. The sixth question is done. Now moving on to the seventh question. Here comes the next question. So here comes another question. Two blocks of mass 4 kg and 6 kg are attached to the ends of a string passing over a pulley. The 4 kg mass is attached to the table by another string. Okay. The tension in the string T1 is, I'll first give you the options. Option A, 25 newtons. Option B, 10 newtons. Option C, 19.6 newtons. And option D, 10.6 newtons. Okay, here comes the diagram. So first இங்க ஒரு புள்ளி கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. So you have a rope that goes over the first pulley, this pulley. Rope on is the same rope. There are two blocks that are attached. So in the block on the 4 kg, the second block on the 6 kg. So like this, they have given you the blocks. And 4 kg block is also tied to the ground like this. இந்த மாதிரி அதை ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க கீழே. டென்ஷன்ஸோ மார்க் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. This tension is T. And the other tension at the bottom, that is T1. So this is the diagram. Okay. So they are asking you what is the tension in string T1. T1 ஓட டென்ஷன் நம்ம கண்டுபிடிக்கணும். So திரும்பி you have to draw the free body diagram and then simplify. Yes, so for individual blocks also you can draw it and then you can further proceed. So first 6 kg block வந்து free body diagram draw பண்ணுங்க. Expression you have to write the expression. அதே மாதிரி for 4 kg block. So for 6 kg block, what is the free body diagram? அதுக்கு draw பண்ணுங்க. So this is the 6 kg block. So என்னென்ன forces act ஆகுது? You can see that tension T is acting vertically upward, isn't it? அதுக்கப்புறம் what other force will act? Is it only tension T? Weight also will act, isn't it? mg, which is 60. இல்லையா? ஸோ இங்கே வந்து 60 அசியூம் பண்ண முடியாது ஏன்னா கொஸ்டினில் வந்து அவங்க சொல்லலை. ஸோ யூ ஹேவ் டு டேக் இட் ஆஸ் 9.8. So how much is 6 times 9.8? I hope it is 58.8. Okay. So 58.8 newtons weight கீழே ஆக்ட் ஆகுது, மேலே வந்து tension ஆக்ட் ஆகுது. So you can find out the value of tension directly as 58.8 newtons. Okay. So you'll get a value of as 58.8 newtons. அதுக்கப்புறம் 4 kg block. அதுக்கு you have to write. So for 4 kg block, if you're going to draw the free body diagram, what and all do you get? You can see the forces acting are T in tension T on the top, and at the bottom you have T1 acting along with T1. Is there any other force that is going to act? Weight is also acting, isn't it? That's cool. That's also going to act on the bottom. Okay. So now you simplify this and get the relation. So what is the expression? If you're going to write the equation, T minus T1 minus mg equal to 0. So go for an expression. So T is equal to, or you can say, I mean, T1 is T1 is equal to T minus mg. Substitute the values. T is 58.8 minus m into g, which is 4 into 9.8. Simplify. How much is that? 4 into 9.8, I think it's 39 something. 58.8 minus 39.2. Okay. 58.8 minus 39.2. So subtract பண்ணுங்க. It's 19.6 newtons. So this is you T1 from this. Okay, from the 4 kg. So one by one we have done and we have solved it eventually. So the answer is 19.6, which is option C. Is it clear, children? So I hope it's clear, students. Any doubt with this question? It's a pulley related question. Okay. So such questions, you will have to apply the mechanics part and then you will have to solve. So over a individual component, you have to be capable of drawing the free body diagram, and then you have to predict what are the forces, how they are acting, அதுக்கு equations எழுதி simplify பண்ணோம்னா you will get the answer. So this is the approach to solve these type of questions. Okay, so I'll just minimize it so that you can see everything in one go. This is the method to solve this question, quite crucial. Yeah, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so move on to the next one. The next question, we'll see one based on the inclined plane also. Here comes the next question. A block of mass 200 kilograms is being pulled up by men on the inclined plane. At an angle of 45 degrees as shown. The coefficient of static friction is 0.5. Each man can apply a maximum force of 500 newtons. Calculate the number of men required to accomplish this task. To accomplish this task of lifting the block. Okay, so I'm giving you the options first. So option A, 10 men, option B, 15, option C, 5, and option D, 3. And here comes the diagram. The horizontal, and there is an inclined plane on the top, like this. So இங்க ஒரு புள்ளி வச்சிருக்காங்க. And there is a block which is kept. Here is the block. Block is tied to the pulley as shown. Okay, இதுதான் ஃபிகர். அப்புறம் this angle is 45 degrees, angle of incline. சரிங்களா? இதுதான் question. So how many men are required to pull this? So that is the question. ஸோ இது வந்து திரும்பி இன்க்ளைன்ட் பிளேன் கான்செப்ட் தான். ஸோ இன்க்ளைன்ட் பிளேனோட எல்லா காம்பனன்ட்ஸுமே யூ நீட் டு ஷோ. யூ ஹாவ் டு ஷோ ஆல் த force components on the inclined plane. Yes. So what would be the free body diagram? You will have to draw the free body diagram first. Okay, for the block which is moving up the inclined plane. So அதுக்கு வந்து you have to show all the forces. Once you have shown all the forces, you are good to go. Okay. So yes. So what are the forces acting for an object or a block placed on the inclined plane? So first you show the inclined plane. So this is the inclined plane, isn't it? இங்க வந்து angle is 45 degrees. மேலே ஒரு block வச்சுக்கோங்க. And then you show all the forces acting with respect to the block. So what are the forces? One by one we will try to investigate. First force is the force acting vertically downward, which is, you know that the block is having a mass of 200 kilograms. So it will be 200 into G. Yeah, that is one force. What is another force? Normal reaction is going to act vertically upwards with respect to the block, perpendicular to the surface in contact. So அங்க வந்து reaction force R வந்து act ஆகும். And obviously the block is tied to the pulley. Okay. So there is a force that is going to act there also. So if this is 45, what else is going to be 45 is what you have to find out. This angle is also 45 degrees. Okay. So mg or components now 200, we can say 200g or mg cos theta will act. Cos 45 acts here, and the horizontal component is 200g sin 45. Okay. So all components may you need to show it. அதுக்கப்புறம் very important, friction also is going to act. ஏன்னா அவங்க coefficient of static friction கொடுத்துருக்காங்க questionல, which is a contact force, I mean surface in contact. So here it acts in the opposite direction, small f. அதுவும் போட்டுக்கலாம். Okay, so these are all the components. So once you start showing all the components, then you will have to write the equations. Okay, so what will be the equations then? They have given that coefficient of static friction is 0.5, which is 1 upon 2. That's given in the equation. And F max, maximum force that a person can apply, that is also given as 500 newtons, right? That is, these are all the given data. Mass of the block is also given, just 200 kgs. The given data, theta is 45 degrees. So start now writing the expression for this. Once you have all the data, start writing the expression. So upward there is a force that is going to act. Okay, say force F with which it is being pulled. So we will call it, because number of people are also going to pull it, so we can take n into F. You know, we want number of persons who can pull it. Okay. So let n be the number of men, a person that are required to pull the block. So start writing the expressions. So we can say NF is acting upwards, minus 200g sine 45 minus F, okay, is equal to 0 if it is in equilibrium. So then you can write NF is equal to 200g sine 45. So அதை simplify பண்ணிக்கலாம். So 200 into, here they didn't say, ask us to take g as 10, so take it as 9.8 itself, or even 10 also you can take, I think. So approximate value we will get, okay, if you take 10. So say it is 2000 into sine 45. Sine 45 is 1 by root. Okay. So we'll start first substituting the values. Common out முடிஞ்சதுன்னா common out எடுத்துட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் final stepல கூட நம்ம substitute பண்ணிக்கலாம். Okay, so we can get this as 200g sin 45 plus f. Going for a rearrangement. Okay, now you simplify it. Once you go for simplifying, so you get this as, now what is the coefficient of friction? How can we write f? F க்கு வந்து ஒரு ஃபார்முலாவே இருக்கு. So f can be written as mu into n இல்லையா? So on the formula also you can use it. Okay, so I'm writing this as 2000 upon root 2 plus mu s. So f can be written as mu s into n. Mu s value கூட கொடுத்துட்டாங்க questionல. Mu s into r or n, both are same, I told you. So 2000 upon root 2 plus mu s is 0.5, that is 1 by 2. Now r, what is the normal reaction component? Okay, r can be written as, you can see it is opposite to 200g cos 45. Okay, so I'm writing that also. Substitute that and simplify that. So you will get 2000 upon root 2 plus half into 2000 upon root 2. So we can get it like this. Extract all the common out terms. So 2000 upon root 2 itself can be taken as common within brackets. You can write it as 1 plus 1 by 2, which is, I suppose, 3 by 2. Times 3 by 2. Okay. So you can write n into f is equal to 2000 into 3 is 6000 upon 2 root 2. So you get the expression n. F max வந்து நமக்கு தெரிஞ்ச மாதிரி it is 500 maximum force. So n is equal to 6000 upon 2 root 2 into 500. Okay, we assume since f is equal to 500, so we take that is a given condition. All cancel பண்ணுங்க. 5 ones are 5 12s are, so 2 ones are 2 6 are 12. Okay, so n is equal to 6 upon root 2 வரும். Okay, rationalize பண்ணுங்க. So n is equal to 6 root 2 by 2 வரும். So you will get 3 root 2. Okay, so how much is 3 root 2? Approximately tell me the value. 3 into 1.414. How much is that? Root 2 value is 1.414, isn't it? So how much are you getting? 4.24. I think 4.242 you're getting. If n is 4.242, approximately how can you write this? So n is equal to 4 ன்னு நம்ம எடுத்துக்கலாம் when you go for an approximation. ஓகேங்களா? So n value is 4. So how many persons are required to accomplish this task of lifting the block? So நம்ம வந்து 4 point நமக்கு இது வந்திருக்கு 2 வந்திருக்கு. If you had taken 9 point, that you would have got the approximate, more approximate value. So we didn't take 9 points, so we just got a rough figure. Okay, fine. So நமக்கு nearing answer வந்து we will choose. So nearing answer is 5 for us. So we will go to select 5. Okay, the next higher value. So that's how you have to approach this question. It is a method to solve this question. Okay, so this question involves a lot of concepts. So concept of the inclined plane. Inclined plane, and then a free body diagram first. You have to substitute. You will have to find out the free body diagram by analyzing all the forces given there, and then write the expression, write the equation using Newton's laws. அதுக்கப்புறம் நீ அங்கே simplify பண்ணு. So these many steps are involved to solve this question. So once you are fast, well versed with doing the questions, you can do it faster. Okay, here I detailedly explain this. Okay, it's an advanced question. Fine. So I hope this is clear. This question. Eighth one.
எஸ் மனிஷ்.
Yeah. Okay.
யா, ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் என்ன பண்ணலாம்னா, இப்ப சார் வந்து அந்த இந்த டிரான்ஸ்கிரிப்ட் அப்படியே அந்த குரூப்ல அனுப்புறாரு. ஸோ நீங்க இப்ப ஏதாவது இங்க பார்க்கும்போது உங்களுக்கு கொஞ்சம் சில கிளாரிபிகேஷன் டவுட் இருந்தா கூட இந்த டிரான்ஸ்கிரிப்டை பார்த்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு ஒரு ஐடியா கிடைக்கும். பட் உடனடியாக பார்க்கணும், 1 or 2 days பார்த்தாதான் அது உங்களுக்கு அவர் என்ன சொல்லி கொடுத்தாரு அது புரிஞ்சுதான் தெரியும். ஏன்னா வீடியோ பார்க்கறது ஒன்று, டிரான்ஸ்கிரிப்ட் பார்க்கறது இன்னும் பெட்டர். டிரான்ஸ்கிரிப்ட்ல இந்த வாய்ஸ் வராது, பட் அந்த இது மட்டும் வீடியோவில் ரெண்டும் வரும். பட் டிரான்ஸ்கிரிப்டையும் பாருங்க, வீடியோ பாருங்க. பட் வேறவர் யூ ஹேவ் டவுட் அந்த இடம் பார்த்தா கூட உங்களுக்கு டிரான்ஸ்கிரிப்ட்ல யூஸ் ஆகும் இல்லையா மனிஷ்? am I correct?
Yes, correct.
ஏன்னா இது ஒரு பெரிய அட்வான்டேஜ். நாட் ஆல் அவர் டீச்சர்ஸ் கேன் மேக் டிரான்ஸ்கிரிப்ட். நான் இப்போ கொஞ்சம் எல்லாரும் கேட்டுட்டு இருக்கேன், அது எப்படி பண்றதுன்னு. அது அப்படியே நீங்க போர்டில் எழுதுறாங்க, அது ஹவு டு மேக் இட் டிரான்ஸ்கிரிப்ட் எனக்கு தெரியல.
Okay.
Suppose somebody wants some, they know all other things, but in the suppose somebody wants some clarification, I will ask them to talk to you, Manish, if you don't mind. ஏதோ ஒரு டைம்ல
Sure. கண்டிப்பா I will guide.
ஸ்ருதின்னு ஒரு மேடம் இருக்காங்க, அவங்க கெமிஸ்ட்ரி சி டேக்ஸ், அவங்களுக்கு கொஞ்சம் கரெக்டா தெரியலன்னாங்க. I will ask her to talk to you. சரி, thank you Manish. Thank you Manish. இவரு சுந்தரேசன் இருக்காரா இதுல?
ஓகே அங்கிள், வெல்கம்.
மணிஷ் ஒரு நிமிஷம், சுந்தரேசன் இருக்காரா? சுந்தரேசன்
சார் இருக்கேன் சார்.
உங்க நம்ம ஸ்ருதி மேடம் உங்களை ரொம்ப கேட்டதா சொன்னாங்க, பாராட்டினாங்க. we are able to identify the mistake. அவங்க போட்ட ஒரு ஃபார்முலால மிஸ்டேக் சொன்னதுக்கு அவங்க பாராட்டிடுங்க அந்த அந்த ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டுக்கு அப்படின்னு சொன்னாங்க. ஸோ என்னோட பாராட்டுக்கள். he was able to find a mistake which was written by the madam in chemistry classல. So
very nice.
he was very open enough to accept it and appreciated Sundaresan. So it's my duty to pass on that appreciation to you, and I appreciated both of them, both the teacher and the student. Anyway, it's great going to all of us. So Abhinaya, Celine, Joyce எல்லாம் இந்த டிரான்ஸ்கிரிப்ட் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு என்ன ப்ராப்ளம் தெரியும், அதுக்கப்புறம் அது மாதிரி நீங்க டவுட்ஸை கிளாரிஃபை பண்ணிக்கலாம். தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச்.